We are pleased that you chose to be a part of this historic event hosted by the Harold and Pauline Price Center for Entrepreneurial Studies at the UCLA Anderson School of Management. The center has been gracious and more than generous in their support of the hall and has shown us every courtesy as we plan this evening's events.
But first of all, I'd like to thank Dean Osborne for initially agreeing to host this event tonight. We started talking about 2 years ago when he was inducted into the Minority Business Hall of Fame. And it's really, as they used to say on the A-team, it's great to see a plan come together. So this plan has definitely come together.
Let us pray. Our Father and our God, we thank Thee that we are able to assemble here to celebrate the 6th annual induction ceremony of those who are being inducted into the Minority Business Hall of Fame and Museum. We wish them continued success.
My name is Carol Doherty Foster, and I am very proud to be one of the co-founders of the Minority Business Hall of Fame and Museum. Well, thank you. And now it's my turn to welcome you to the 6th Minority Business Hall of Fame induction. I'm pleased and privileged to be among such a distinguished body. We have the good fortune to be able to take note of the contributions of our inductees now. Joe Areola, a native of Havana, Cuba, grew Avanti Press Hoyt Case Corporation from a $10,000 small business loan to a $140 million company with over 1,500 employees. Prior to the company's sale to the St. Ives Group PLC in 2001, it was one of the most successful printing and graphic arts firms in the country, receiving numerous awards and recognition as the largest Hispanic printing company. Long devoted to civic and community issues in the Miami-Dade County area, Joe was tapped by Mayor Manny Diaz in 2003 to serve as city manager of Miami. He accepted the position mostly because of the $1 a year salary he took for his 3 years of service. While in that position, Joe was instrumental in seeing that all minority businesses were given equal chances to achieve economic parity when opportunities presented themselves.
They said 2-3 minutes, and I read 23 minutes, so I'm gonna have to. I'm in real trouble. Good thing is that typical Cuban, I left everything at the hotel because I was late rushing, so you don't have to worry about that. First of all, I really want to thank the Hall of Fame for inviting me. I had this little email from a very, very, very dear friend of mine, Jim Lowry, who's been my friend for over 20 years, saying, I'm very proud to have it nominated for the Hall of Fame. And I go, what the hell is he talking about? You know, nobody nominates me for anything anymore. I'm retired. I'm living in a peaceful world. And then Carol called me, and I got the very, very great news. And then I found I was in California, and my wife said, oh, we're definitely going to California.
Some of the best introductions are those people inadvertently write themselves. This is what Dr. Timothy M. Bates responded when I asked him what got him started studying and writing about minority businesses. He said he grew up on the south side of Chicago in the 1950s and observed the gradual closure of the factories, plus the shift of nearly everything, jobs, new housing, out of the central city to suburbia. In graduate school, his interest in the kind of future industrial cities might face as they tried to replace their declining manufacturing bases led him to study entrepreneurship generally, and then black-owned businesses specifically.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Carol. And I'm quite honored to be here. I must say that the UCLA format is quite appropriate for me because as a young scholar, in the early 1970s, a big boost to my career came when Dr. Al Osborne greased some skids and got me appointed, also thanks to Vice Provost C.Z. Wilson, who is here tonight, got me appointed to a fellowship at the Center for Afro-American Studies at UCLA. The result of that was my second book, Financing Economic Development, which I wrote with my frequent co-author, Bill Bradford, University of Washington. Bill, I also met originally at a conference here at UCLA in 1973.
Some names are sufficient unto themselves. In diverse business arena, the first name may be all that's necessary for immediate recognition. One of those names is Ginger, a friendly rival for many years when I worked for a competitor. Ginger has earned the respect and the admiration of both women and minority business entrepreneurs. Ginger Conrad founded MBE, a minority business entrepreneur magazine, in 1984. This Los Angeles-based bi-monthly magazine has grown from a circulation of 12,000 to its current distribution of 40,000 to minority and women business owners nationwide, as well as to readers in corporations and government agencies who are concerned with minority women business enterprise development.
Well, don't worry. Those of you who know me, and it's probably about 50% of the people in the room, maybe more, at least those that I know, they know that I'm rarely at a loss for words. I can hardly say hello in 5 minutes, but I'm going to try to give you the short version of 25 years plus in producing this magazine.
Tonight, we honor a foundation that exists at the genesis of the dream of business ownership. The Ewing Marion Kauffman Foundation, located in Kansas City, Missouri, is one of the 30 largest foundations in the United States with an asset base of approximately $2 billion. Its vision is to foster a society of economically independent individuals who are engaged citizens contributing to the improvement of their communities. Here to represent the Kauffman Foundation is Darrell Williams, the Executive Director of the Urban Entrepreneur Partnership.
Good evening. On behalf of the Kauffman Foundation, the board of the Kauffman Foundation, our CEO, Carl Schramm, Bob Lighton, the UEP board of directors, all of the UEP staff, we are very honored to accept this award tonight.
Entrepreneurial prosperity that Bob has experienced through the years has allowed him to transfer his business leadership into community leadership for the benefit of others. Bob Ontiveros is one of those people who makes you break into a smile when he walks into a room. A successful businessman, a community leader, and a really great guy.
Quite an honor and some tough acts to follow. I have to say I did bring some of my family. I didn't bring all. Probably fill this room. I came from 10 brothers and sisters, so you can imagine. Anyway, when Carol did call, it was, as I said, what she said, I was really honored and I would come. But my son Greg, who isn't here, he's got small children and he's coaching Little League, or baseball, I think it's Little League. He said, Dad, you're going to a museum. He said, I hope it's not the wax museum.
Few names have been submitted to the Minority Business Hall of Fame with such fervor and true affection as that of Pat Tobin. The founder and president of Tobin and Associates in 1983, Patricia Pat Tobin was renowned and respected for her vision, commitment, and unique brand that molded her company into one of the most prominent African-American woman-owned public relations firms in the nation.
This is really a very special night, and if any of you were fortunate enough to know my mother, you would know that she would be thrilled beyond belief. So I'm so happy and so pleased to be here to accept this for her. She had a vision, you know, she really wanted to be an entrepreneur, and she came from nothing and made everything happen. And I won't take very long because this is not my element. I'm not very comfortable with public speaking. As a second-generation public relations person, I'm really much more comfortable in the background helping other people deliver their message. But I'm going to do this for her.